Next up, we have Endless by Creo. Once again, everybody, this is a Basterd's LFA, a layman-friendly analysis. I'm a professionally trained musician, a composer, and my objective here is to explain things in a way so that you don't have to be one to understand what is happening here, musically. So, if you like the sound of that, make sure you're following the channel, subscribe to the channel, whatever term you want to use, like the video, share the video, leave a comment, turn on notifications, become a member, all that good stuff. Once again, everybody, if we somehow hit 10,000 subscribers on YouTube before Christmas of 2025, I will take a single fan fiction of the choice of the community, whatever y'all want, and I will fully produce, record, and voice act an audiobook for it. We do have a member who has offered to do a Discord Nitro giveaway on top of that. If you want to contribute to that hype, or if you have other ideas for me to do for to build up this kind of hype, let me know. In the comments, we'll figure stuff out. Yes, this has to be achieved through legitimate and honest means only. No account duping, no botting, no buying followers, no rat behaviors. Go instead share the videos with your friends, with your families, with your family's friends, with your friends' families. Those are two very distinct concepts, by the way. Use the hype function on YouTube. I don't know how it works, but we have a group on the Discord that does. It's linked down below. Go check it out. And, Creo and all other artists, if anybody wants some Mongolian throat singing, some voice acting from me, or some guitars from me, let me know. I am more than willing to collab, figure everything out. So if you know an artist, let them know. Do not harass anyone, do not spam anyone, do not be a rat, okay? Alright, members get early access to the content. I schedule the videos for the week on Saturdays, and if you're a paid member on YouTube, regardless of your tier, you get access to the videos for the week on Saturdays when I schedule them, so become a member today. Disclaimers showing on your screen now, so go ahead and pause them if you want to read them in full. Otherwise, let's go ahead and get started. Endless. Let's go. Okay, so we start with quite a few elements going on over here. And Carlos, welcome today. How you doing? We start with a synth giving us our initial, what I want to say could be our initial motif, but it sounds to be like it's just the accompaniment, so it would be our initial riff. Motif being the smallest version of your musical idea, the seed, the essence from which everything else comes from, and a riff being a variation of that which is used for a more contemporary context. So a riff is going to be a motif that then has an ostinato of some sort. Ostinato means that you repeat it over and over and over again, and that is and that is then played on a guitar or a bass or a keyboard, anything like that, right? Not a keyboard, a keyboard, or any other contemporary instrument for a modern band. We do have some percussion going on as well, giving us an initial beat and I believe a bass as well. So let's see where this goes. We bring in, it sounds to be between a guitar and some mallet instrument, like maybe a xylophone, arpeggiating chords. So an arpeggio is when you play a chord one note at a time. So yeah, that's basically what we're getting. It's very nice and chill, and let's see where it goes. Ooh, we bring in the drums. I really like the sound of this snare, dude. Okay, so yeah, it turns out the initial riff turned out to be an initial motif, and this motif is being sequenced. It's being repeated a couple of times, and then it's being sequenced. So sequencing being one of the ways that you can develop your material. In this case, we are having a very simple, like M-shaped motif, and what we're doing is we're basically repeating that, but we are starting it from a different point in this scale. In this case, it's mainly to fit the notes being played to the chords being played, so that the melody and the chords being played are not at odds with one another. Because in music you have three elements: melody, harmony, and rhythm. Your harmony is going to be what chords you're using, what scales you're using, and it is very, very temperamental. It's one of the most difficult to please aspects of music because of that, because it requires a lot of just subjective And when I mean subjective, it's not based on you, it's based on common practice. It's a very, very, very difficult thing to learn. It's probably the most difficult part about music, the whole part of harmony, because of just how many layers of extrapolation you can really take out of it. However, Creo is keeping it fairly straightforward over here, and we're just going from one chord to another, keeping things very nice and straightforward, and the drums are very, very nice. I really like the mix that Creo often does with between electronic elements and analog elements, because the drum kit that we're using over here is an analog or a physical drum kit, or at least samples of one. D-Hubs, welcome to Layman, how you doing? So let's see where this goes. And Aura, welcome to Layman, how you doing? We remove the drums. We bring the electronic drums from the back with another melody. How many instruments do you know how to play? Guitar, bass guitar, moninghur, which is the Mongolian horse-headed fiddle. I know a little bit of keyboard, piano. Like I can compose with it. I can't play anything. Like the most complicated piece I can probably play is the first movement of the Moonlight Sonata. That's probably the most difficult that I know. Yeah, we're gonna go back a couple of seconds. I know how to play probably still the recorder, because of course I do. Drums, I definitely know how to play the drums. And then, you know, Mongolian throat singing, the different techniques, and regular singing, so, and growling. The human voice is an instrument. So yeah, let's see. Okay, hang on. Let me go back a little bit, because I got I got distracted. Instrument learning stream when you gotta keep going. No. So let's see. So we're building up towards the drop over here. We once again, dude, Creo is so good at silence. Creo is just, I don't have the space for that, and I don't have the schedule for that, but one day we might go into some like guitar technique streams, because that does sound cool. So we bring in Creo doing a drum fill, but we just use this tiny bit of silence, and there's something about how Creo uses silence that is so effective. Because silence can be just as loud as the loudest instrument you could possibly imagine. And the way Creo often uses silence is just absolutely brilliant. It's one of those things that I always admire, how well he uses silence. And in this case, it would be a bit of use of what is called rhythmic displacement. Rhythmic displacement, which in this case we just push back the resolution ever so slightly. Because once again, when you're making music, you're doing one of two things. You are building tension, or you're resolving that tension. That point in between we call cadence. And with rhythmic displacement, what you can do is that you can take this moment of resolution and push it back, and by doing that you create extra phantom tension. And that is what we're getting over here. Let's see where it goes. Okay, so we now have moved to several parts. The main motif is now in this super loud synth. We have a melody that is doing an elongated version of the motif. Elongation being when you make anything slower in music, not by modifying it digitally, but by, instead of playing 2 notes in 1 second, you play 1 note in 2 seconds, kind of thing. So we get an elongated version of the motif in this higher melody. The other synth that is being doubled by the bass, doubling being when you have more than one instrument or more than one layer playing the same thing, engaging in the original motif, and then we bring the drums, which seems to be a mix of the analog and the digital, doing the things, and this chords synth So to like categorize, because we have one synth doing a melody, one synth doing a chord, the chord being the original motif, and then one synth doing some bass. The bass and the chords are being sidechained every once in a while. Sidechaining being when, usually when your drums hit, you turn down the volume of whatever is being sidechained. There's two types that I've noticed. One that is like gradual, like, you know, turning down and then back up. And then there's the one that is like binary, like on and off kind of thing. This one seems to be the gradual type. So let's see where it goes. Oh, it sounds so good. The sound design is incredible. And with that side chaining, we just push things a little bit. Very nice. Oh. Okay, and we change the scene. We bring in a new focus. We bring back the original motif with what sounds to be like this mallet. I'm going to call it a xylophone to keep it things simple. It might not be, but I'm just going to call it a xylophone. And we're having the original motif while we still have the synths from the first drop. We still have that same rhythm, but things are a lot more calm in the accompaniment. Let me hear a bit more. We've changed the drums. We changed the drums around, and we adapt the side chaining to the new drums. I have to mention it because it just goes to show how important, because it's still the same material, it's the same motif, it's the same chords being whoop-whooped right now, and I have to bring it up. If you want to hear an example of how important your accompaniment is when it changes, listen to the intro of The Mirror by Dream Theater. The Mirror by Dream Theater is an absolute masterpiece, at least the intro. The guitar is doing the same thing. John, 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 John. 1 full minute of just that. And it's the drums, the synth, the bass that change around it that just completely changes the connotations of everything. There are points when it's genuinely difficult to tell that the drums are doing the same thing. And hang on, Twitch is giving me an attitude over here. Man, Twitch is really struggling. All right, there we go. So yes, we're having this moment. Let's see where this goes. One today game. Oh. So when now we bring a new version of the drums, we have a guitar doing arpeggiated arpeggios with palm muting. So there is a technique in guitar called palm muting, where you mute the guitar. So let me bring up an electric guitar. Let me bring up a picture of an electric guitar so that you can see how this works. So here we have an electric guitar, and you can see here in this bottom edge, the bottom bridge, I forget the name in English, but basically here's where you strum the strings, and what you do is that while you hold your guitar pick, you take the palm of your hand and you press it right here on this side where the strings go from being in the body to being, you know, strings. And when you do that, you still strum while pressing down with your palm to partially mute the strings, giving you the technique of palm muting. We're having that with the guitar arpeggios, and it's just beautiful. It's just a beautiful sound. I love it because I'm a metalhead, so it's also super. It's a very nice and heavy sound, which does bring us a very nice contrast, because usually this kind of palm muting is reserved more for metal and whatnot. Valid user, welcome today. How you doing? And we're having this much more chill sound in the drums and everything. We now have the original motif being played on a piano instead. And let me see what else. And Pro Gamer, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the Mosh Pit. Welcome today. How you doing? Let's see where it goes. Yeah, and we have another synth giving us arpeggios going down. We bring it down to just the bass drum. We bring in one of the synths, doubling the piano with the motif. We remove the guitar. Very nice. I really like how, so far, we've mainly just used the same motif. It's still the same motif. Most of this has been repetition of the exact same motif, with the exception of the drop that had the motif being elongated. After that, it's insane. Call your dad and tell me you crashed his car for 50 gifted. Oh boy, would he be freaked out. Whoa, boy, would my dad be freaked out if I did that right now. Number one, because I live in Hungary and he lives in Guatemala. Number two, because I don't have a car, I don't have access to, because I don't have access to his car. So, and number three, yeah, he's always in his car. He works, he's like a financial advisor, so he's always in his car. So, there you go. What do you think about dubstep? It's the electronic music version of metalcore, so it's all right. So yeah, there you go. Like, if I were to call my dad right now and tell him, hey, I crashed your car, the first question would be, how the hell did you get my car over to Hungary? So, then call him and tell me you're gay for 50 gifted? No. All right, so... Let's continue. We build up for the next drop. Ooh, once again we drop it. Same drop as before. This time, however, we bring in the melody and we turn up the volume on it. I think it's doubled right now because I think we have the guitar and the synth going in the melody, and the melody being an elongated version of the motif. Simple as. And it works. And I think with this we have our flying melody. Flying melody being a colloquial term that I use. Colloquial, by that I mean there's no official academic definition for this, or at least I'm not using it for the sake of simplicity. And a flying melody is, you have a busy drum kit, busy bass, chords, and everything, and high up above you have a melody slower, simpler than everything else, just flying above the landscape that the artist has created. I'm gonna bring up the two examples that I always bring up for these. If you want to hear some songs that have this kind of thing that I think really, really good. Call your mom and tell her that you got a stripper pregnant for 100 gifted? No. So, you can't bribe me into this. I already get enough bribes. Yeah, no, and you're bluffing. You're absolutely bluffing. All right, anyway, so a couple of songs, one of them being Roxanne from the musical Moulin Rouge, and the other one being Good to Be King from the musical or film Journey to Bethlehem. So Roxanne, Moulin Rouge, there is a version, the film version has Ewan McGregor as the lead male vocalist. He has a really good singing voice, and during the climax of Roxanne, he's doing a flying melody. Why does my heart, that kind of thing. And Good to Be King is sung by Antonio Banderas. For the chorus, same thing. Mine is the kingdom, that kind of thing. And you can hear the flying melodies really, really well. All right, Soul Creek, so after this video, we're going to test it. All right, so let's see where it goes. Little drum fill over there, and continue with what is very evident, the climax of this piece. Climax is usually in the last minute, and we are revisiting or doing a drop or doing the chorus again. In this case, we are bringing up all the big guns. Really good. Let's see where this goes. Featuring Ocean. I know, right? We introduce one more version of the motif now, where the motif is now going to, up and down in what I'm gonna say, because the original motif was just up and down and up, down and up. Now it's going an additional move, so we are adding one extra step of the motif. We have extended the motif over, and pretty good development for this side of the thing. Let's see where it goes. And we calm things down. For the outro, we bring back the piano, doing the original motif. No, doing the extended motif now. Just the piano. We slow it down. Timon, welcome today. How you doing? We continue slowing it down for one last run. And we end it on the first note, which doesn't fully resolve the tension, but it really still took it out. That was very nice, dude. And there you go. That was Endless by Creo. Once again, everybody, this has been a Basterd's LFA, a layman-friendly analysis. I'm a professionally trained musician and composer, and my objective here has been to explain things in a way so that you don't have to be one to understand what's happened here musically. So, if you're watching this on the YouTube video archive thing, thank you for watching. Make sure you're following the channel, subscribe to the channel, whatever term you want to use. Like the video, share the video, leave a comment, turn on notifications, become a member. Once again, if we somehow hit 10,000 subscribers on YouTube before Christmas of 2025, which is an actual possibility, it still blows my mind that it's still a possibility. I will take a single fan fiction of the choice of the community, whatever you all want, and I will fully produce, record, and voice act an audiobook for it. We also have a member who has offered to do a Discord Nitro giveaway. If you have any more offers or if you have any more ideas for me, let me know. We'll build up the hype even more. This has to be achieved through legitimate and honest means only. No account duping, no botting, no buying followers, no rat behaviors. Go share the videos, the streams with your friends, with your families, with your family's friends, with your friends' families. Those are two distinct concepts, by the way. Go use the hype function on YouTube. I don't know how it works, but we have a group on the Discord that does, so go check it out. It's right there. Link down below for the Discord. Then we have the artists. Creo, if you ever want some Mongolian throat singing, some voice acting, or some guitar shredding for your tracks, let me know. Any artist on YouTube, let me know. I'm more than happy to collaborate and bring more music into this world. If you know artists that could benefit from my music, let them know. Do not harass anyone. Do not spam anyone, though. Like, just be chill, do not be a rat. Members get early access to the content, so if you're a paid member on YouTube, I schedule the videos for the week on Saturdays, and if you're a paid member on YouTube, regardless of the tier that you're in, you get access to the videos of the week on Saturday, so become a member today. If you want to listen to this without me interrupting every 3.5 seconds, I will be linking it in the description down below. If you want to request a song and you're not on the live stream, check the pinned comment on this video, the pinned comment by me, because it has the instructions on what to do. And if you want to catch the streams when they happen live, we aim for Monday through Friday, 6 p.m. Central European Time. If you're not in Europe, do not worry. We have the full up-to-date streaming schedule showing in your local time zone in both Discord and Twitch, both linked down below. So, if you live in Port Moresby in Papua New Guinea, and you're like, yeah, but what time is 6 p.m. in Hungary? I don't live there. Don't worry. Just go to the Discord or the Twitch. And, yeah, and just check it out. They have the schedule showing in your local time zone. And follow the gaming channel. We have a gaming channel because, of course, I have a gaming channel. I'm on YouTube. What else could I possibly have? Games are Basterd. That's where I put the video game after show recordings when they happen. They get recorded on the main channel as an after show, and then the recordings go into that channel. Link down below, or just search for it on YouTube. Same username as James R. Basterd. Just swap the J for a G, and you got it. And, yeah. There you go. That was Endless by Creo. That was really good, man. Really, really good stuff. Really good stuff. But, yeah, let's move on.